This is Science Quest. With your host, Jed Allen Friels. He's taking you around the world, discussing everything science.
Hi, I'm Jed Allen Friels, and thanks for joining me today on Science Quest. We've traveled by car and by mailboat to get to the town of Tylerton, located on Smith Island. Smith Island is just off the coast of Crisfield, Maryland, in the middle of one of the greatest fisheries in the United States, the Chesapeake Bay. We're going to try to find Captain Billy Clayton, who's going to spend the morning with us teaching us all about the Chesapeake Bay and the industry of crabbing. On our way to find Captain Billy, we head on down the sidewalks of Tylerton. The streets of Tylerton might look a little bit different than the streets in your hometown. Tylerton has no automobiles. The mode of transportation around Tylerton is by boat, or of course, by golf cart. Good morning, Captain Clayton.
Morning, Jed. Come aboard.
How are you, sir?
We're going to go crabbing.
It's great to see you. I can't wait to get out on the Chesapeake Bay.
We're ready to go.
All right.
Okay, we're getting ready to go out and crabbing on the Chesapeake Bay. We're located here on Smith Island in the small town of Tylerton. We're going just south of here, and we're going to be doing some crab scraping today in the grass beds. We have a lot of grass beds around here, and crabs, there's really a lot of crabs and all other kind of little creatures in there, little fishes and flounders and all kinds of animals. So you'll see them as the day goes on, and we get involved with dragging this crab scrape and showing you what we do out here.
Fantastic. What can you tell us about the bay right now, Captain?
Oh, the bay down here in our area is pretty good shape. We have a lot of the grasses around here. A lot of the bay don't have the grasses, but we've seemed to maintain ours, and they're pretty abundant right here around Smith Island. We have a lot of shallow waters, and the paler crabs, soft crabs, they love the shallow waters and they love the grass beds. The grass beds have a food chain in it, all kinds of little animals that I mentioned earlier, and the crabs love to come in and eat on them and fatten up. And of course we like to catch the soft shell crabs and the peeler crabs.
Those are the best eating.
Oh man, they're good.
What do you think the health of the bay is right now, Captain Billy?
Well, we hear a lot of different reports, some conflicting in all kinds of different grades. In our area, the bay's been pretty good, pretty healthy. We had a terrific oyster season in 2012, 2013, and I don't know what year to compare it to, but it's been quite a long time since we had an oyster season that great. And the best part about it is Mother Nature did it all. There's no aquaculture or anything, on this part of the bay. It's all Mother Nature supplied it all.
Fantastic. Well, hey, let's get started. Let's head out to the bay.
Let's go.
Bring in the next netfall. We've been scraping the bottom, and as Captain Billy scrapes the bottom, he's actually cultivating the grass fields. I gotta tell you, as the net comes up, we're waiting to see what's in it. He opens the bottom, dumps it, and as he closes it, he'll continue to work the bottom as his net goes back down. And while he continues to work the bottom, we'll go see what the current hole is.
There's a little fish. It looks similar to a flounder, but we call it a hog choke. I guess evidently they used to feed them to the hogs years ago, and the bottom of them are like sandpaper, and it can only move in one direction. See, I push it and it sticks to, I can rub it backwards and it's smooth. Rush it this way and it's
So his scales, or whatever his outside covering is, are protecting him and helping him move through the water.
Yep. Okay, we'll let him go back.
Captain Billy, I'm amazed at the health of this particular area, the Chesapeake Bay. It just seems like it's thriving.
We have good water around here, and our grass beds are great. The summer has been pretty slow with the legal crabs, but we have tons of the little juveniles, the smaller crabs. But hopefully, before the season's over, we'll be catching a lot of savable crabs. They have to be 3.5 inches on the peelers and 5 inches right now on the hard crabs. So looks like cabbage.
A sea cabbage type.
Yeah.
Captain Billy, I would think all these small crabs have to be very encouraging. Well,
yeah, there's a little shrimp jumping. Did you see it?
I didn't.
There's some there. See those little shrimp, grass shrimp.
Oh, those are the shrimp in there.
Yeah, see, that's the reason the crabs are here. There's such a food chain. You have little shrimp. Look at this old crab. Old crab.
It's amazing. And these right...
Look now, if one bites you, don't try to pull him off. Just let him hang and he'll let loose on his own.
So this right here is just a small shrimp.
Oh yeah.
And this shrimp is what the crabs are feeding on.
They feed on the shrimp and the small fishes. There's a whole food chain here.
This food chain seems to be healthy.
Yeah, but there's a little fish, that little thing. Try to get them back in the water so they'll live. Hey, look at this old baby fish. Hey.
So like every ecosystem, it's not just the crabs we're looking at, it's the other things in the ecosystem that help the crabs survive.
Yep. It's not only the fishes and all, also under these grass beds sometimes there are clams, soft shell clams.
Okay.
And, the bigger crabs will dig into the bottom and they'll pull out the soft shell clams and eat. They really like them things.
Captain Billy, can you tell me what they call a waterman?
Right here, the waterman, they call us commercial fishermen, but I don't like it that the commercial fisherman has a negative thought. You know, when you mention to somebody, a negative thought will pop in people's mind. Commercial fisherman, ooh, bad person. But it's not like that at all around here. A lot of these stories that we've heard in the past about the mother ships and the bycatch and destroying the populations and all, it's nothing like that with the watermen of the Chesapeake Bay. We're just an individual person that don't have a big boat employing a load of people and depleting the stocks and everything. We're out here surviving. We just one person on this boat trying to feed my family and existing. That's all we're doing, trying to exist.
It seems to me that the watermen are making the bay better.
Well, I don't think we're hurting it like we've been portrayed to. There's so many other factors involved with the bay, the condition of the bay. But we're so independent that we don't have anybody representing us. We're such individual watermen that most of the time we were told once by a state employee that we are such individual that we can be controlled more. And I guess that's true. We're just individual people out here trying to survive.
But the watermen are trying to protect a way of living too, and these little crabs right here are how you make your living.
If I deplete and destroy everything here, what am I going to do?
Right, and you've been fishing this bay, or the people in your town of Tylerton have been fishing this bay for over 100 years.
Way over 100. Some of my ancestors used to have the big sailing ships that went down in the West Indies and all. We brought back molasses and God knows why, but that's how far my family goes back. And a lot of these other families on the island can trace theirs back the same way. So all of our families pretty well came from working off the water.
And there's no other industry in the town of Tylerton, so this is how people make their living.
This is our existence. This, you know, the way we feed our families and exist.
Captain Billy, thanks for joining us today on Science Quest. It's been amazing. You got anything you'd like to tell the kids before we head on back?
Gee whiz, what do you tell a bunch of eager minds? Something that they'll remember for a long time. I guess I'd say that we all contribute to the health of not only this Chesapeake Bay, but the whole world around us, and pollution and other things. And we can all do our part to help it make a better place, not only for ourselves, but for the future generations. And we all contribute, and what we do affects everybody. So hopefully you've learned from us here today. We've learned you a few things about crabbing. And I'm getting some age on me now. I'm well into my 60s, and every day I'm still learning new things out here. And glad you've been able to go out with me today at crabbing.
Captain Billy, thanks so much for joining us today on Science Quest. So we've had an amazing adventure today on the Miss Francis with Captain Billy, talking to us about the Chesapeake Bay and the blue crab. And what I want you to remember is this: science is a quest for knowledge, and sometimes the answers to your questions are going to be found in places like the bottom of the Chesapeake Bay. Thanks for joining us today on Science Quest.